Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Flip Don't Flop. My name is Adrian Donovan, and in this video we're going to be unboxing some more online arbitrage. So these are the kind of pairs that are a bit higher end that we have purchased on sites such as eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari in hopes of flipping them for a really nice profit. If that sounds like the kind of content that you would like, please consider subscribing. It would be very much appreciated. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump in. So we have 7 to unbox in this video, and I think most of them are from eBay, just a couple from Poshmark. So first off, we have this pair of women's Louis Vuitton slingback sandals. It seems like they have some intentional distressing pretty much all around the leather. I do see there is a scuff on the heel, but we were aware of that when we purchased these. So this pair, they have like the flower right there, and that is one of the signs that it is Louis Vuitton. Of course, it is not as much of an indicator as the LV or LV monogram, but this is associated with Louis Vuitton. Unfortunately, there are only a couple of things that I can think of that really are associated with Louis Vuitton. It's not like Gucci where there are multiple things that kind of tell you it's Gucci. And yeah, like a few more scuffs, like right there and right there, that are overall in pretty good condition. I do see a bit of discoloration to the patent leather that I know is not going to come out. But they're overall in pretty good condition. They are also pretty clean too. Okay, so it looks like we gave $61.72 for this pair of women's Louis Vuitton slingback sandals. That's a pretty good deal, even considering the damage they have to the heels. Of course, I do wish that there was something more indicative of Louis Vuitton than just the flower, but at least there is a flower there. I think I'm going to price these at $150. So after fees and shipping, we should stand to profit about $65 on this pair of Louis Vuitton sandals. Now this is a nice pair for sure. What we have here is a pair of men's Gucci horsebit full crocodile loafers. I see they have aftermarket soles put on. A little bit unfortunate. People don't really like it a ton when they have aftermarket soles put on them. And I do see that the heels are quite a bit worn. They are nearly worn down to the wood, so that's going to make it to where we will need to take these to a cobbler to get some new heels on them. It is, of course, genuine crocodile, genuine Gucci. The uppers are actually in very nice condition. I'm not really seeing any defects to the crocodile uppers really whatsoever. And they're a nice navy color. Really rich navy color. Definitely in very, very good condition. No doubt about it. Except for the heels, of course. Okay, guys, we got these for an incredibly good deal. We paid $95.23 for this pair of men's Gucci horsebit full crocodile loafers. That is so cheap. It kind of blows my mind, honestly. We have bought Gucci exotic skin with OA before, but it is very tough to find for a good deal. And getting these for under $100, considering they have the horsebit and they are full crocodile, that is just a crazy good deal. We will, of course, need to get the heels replaced, but that's not a big deal at all. It's an extra $15. So it's going to put our total at $110.23 cost for these. I would probably say we could price these at like $500 and they will sell. They should sell extremely quickly. Or if we wanted to kind of play the waiting game, perhaps just a little bit, I could easily see us seeing us price these an extra couple $100 higher. I did actually look at the comps just now, and a couple of these sold for extremely high, but they were more modern, and they had the original soles. Like I said, it seems like customers, they don't like it when the soles have been replaced. I guess it kind of makes them think that they've been like really, really well worn, and it doesn't seem like these have really been that worn. I do see like a little bit of wear to the inside lining here, and it's so far deep in the shoe, like I don't think I'll be able to show it to you guys, but you can always price it high and see what happens. I think I would even be okay with $500 for this pair. With them being like a nice navy. Because like the ones that sold were like black, and I didn't see any that were navy. There aren't like hardly any Gucci full crocodile horsebit loafers even available for sale, so it's a pretty hard thing to come by. And I'm sure brand new, these were probably like, oh, I don't know, $3,000 or so, like extremely expensive. I actually think I might try to get closer to $700, $800 for this pair. They seem crazy, but the comps kind of indicate that they can be sold for about that price, especially once we get some new heels on them. We like really condition the crocodile uppers, make them look nice and shiny and really healthy. Because if you don't do that with like exotic skin shoes, they kind of crack. So yeah, I think we are going to price these high, and I don't mind sitting on them because it's an extraordinary find. This has got to be one of the best pairs of online arbitrage I think we've ever found. Getting a pair of Gucci horsebit full crocodile loafers for like under $100 is just crazy, crazy good deal. So, after fees and shipping, we should stand to profit about $600 on this pair of men's Gucci horsebit navy full crocodile loafers, making these, to my knowledge, the best online arbitrage find that I think we've ever had. What we have here is a pair of men's Prada lace-up ankle boots. Now, these are quite chunky, and we actually sell men's Prada chunky boots very well, very, very well. I really watch these because these are actually, they're quite vintage, and they are prone to falling apart. At least the glue, it gets dried up and just kind of like loses its adhesiveness. I see there is a spot here where it's separating a little bit, but it seems like it is still really firm. I'm not concerned about it. We have bought and sold this style, a very similar style of Prada, numerous times over the years. They do have, unfortunately, a fair amount of heel wear on both shoes, but it's not really, really bad, but it is kind of disappointing. The uppers are in really good condition. We will definitely polish them up to make them shine a bit. So we gave $66.82 for this pair of men's Prada chunky ankle boots. That's not a bad deal at all, considering they are in pretty good condition, especially once we polish them up. It's going to give them a nice shine, make them sell faster and for a little bit more money. I think we're probably going to put $150 on these, maybe $160. So after fees and shipping, we should stand to profit about $70 on this pair of men's Prada ankle boots. And next up, here we have a pair of women's Prada strappy sandals. And you can see they have the Prada logo right there. Now this pair I'm going to be pretty heavily examining because these were advertised as brand new. And at first glance, it does seem like they are new, thankfully. Of course, examine the pictures as closely as you can, but what you see in the pictures isn't always, of course, what you get in person. Definitely does seem like these are new. I don't see any heel wear. I also don't see any kind of foot indentation in the footbed. They are genuine Prada. So yeah, these are definitely brand new. And they also are patent leather, so I wanted to make sure that you were free of any kind of defects that would make it to where we would have to list these as new defects. And I don't see any, so perfect. And what makes them even better is that they're like a really flat sandal. We sell flat sandals extremely well. Alright, so it looks like we gave $81.43 for this pair of women's new Prada logo strappy sandals. That is a crazy, crazy good deal. Of course, not as good of a deal as the Gucci crocodile horseman loafers, but still a really good deal nonetheless. Of course, I wish they had the box, wish they had a dust bag. That would make them more valuable. That would make them sell faster. But I'm totally fine with that. Paying $81 for these brand new is an incredible deal and is no doubt going to be a very strong flip. I don't really see any problem with selling these for about $250, maybe a little bit more. I think I'm going to actually go ahead and put $300 on these. But of course, we do take offers on the vast majority of our shoes. So if somebody comes along and they offer $250, I may take it. So if we sell these for $300 after fees and shipping, we should stand to profit about $180 on this pair of women's Prada strappy sandals. So the brand is Alden, and Alden, for the most part, they make extremely high quality shoes. Now I do see these are going to need a really good polishing. So much so, I think I'm going to have our cobbler do it, because they do have a bit of damage to the back of the heels. And they also have some wear right there and right there. We could polish these up and make them look decent, but I will pay the extra $5 and have the cobbler polish these up. Now, one thing that makes this pair extra nice is that they are extra wide width, and with Alden, extra wide is very hard to find. It seems like a lot of the times with Alden, we see narrow width, and that actually is also true with a lot of pairs of Allen Edmonds. We see narrow width, especially with pairs that are a bit vintage. We see narrow width extremely often. So, paying the cobbler $5 to polish these up, he will actually also sand the sole a bit and dye it. That's for $5 total, so it's an incredibly good deal. It's going to really liven up these shoes. They're made in the USA. That's good. If they were made in England, that's even better. But made in the USA is still good. Alright, so it looks like we gave $53.50 for this pair of men's Alden Oxfords. That's not a bad deal. Of course, we will need to pay an extra $5 to the cobbler to do the polish and like the sole rebuffing and repainting. So that's a decent deal. Of course, having the wear to the leather is unfortunate, but if they were in better condition, they would be selling for much higher, no doubt about it. Once we get these polished up, I think we can probably sell these. And this is mainly because they're extra wide width. And like I said before, that is quite rare with Alden. Because most pairs of Alden that we see are very vintage, and this pair is no exception. So seeing extra wide width on a pair of Alden shoes that are this old is really hard to find. And they also are kind of like a long wingtip design, which is really popular. We sell that really well. I also forgot to mention that the cobbler is also going to be using edge dressing on these shoes around the midsole. And that's for $5 total, so it's an incredibly good deal. Yeah, I think we're going to sell these for $160, $170, somewhere around there. So after fees and shipping, we should stand to profit about $85 on this pair of men's Alden Oxfords. Stubbs and Wooten slip-on loafers. This is a pretty popular shoe. We do buy this style of Stubbs and Wooten kind of often, but we definitely pass on like any other Stubbs and Wooten. It's really just this style that sells well, kind of like the slip-on smoking loafer. And these are kind of neat because they have like bees all over them, or like bee monogram. They're a good size and they're in pretty good condition. So with them being fabric, I'm really kind of looking to see if there isn't any discoloration, because that's going to be really tough to get discoloration out of this. And thankfully I don't see any discoloration whatsoever in these shoes. The footbed is a bit dirty, especially in this one, you can see, but that's not a big deal at all. We're just going to be using a magic eraser, and that does a very good job of cleaning up the footbed. So it looks like we gave $53.49 for this pair of women's Stubbs and Wooten slip-on smoking loafers. That's pretty much like what we have to give to get this style of Stubbs and Wooten. Like, we sometimes are able to get them for like around 40, but it's normally 50, maybe even like 55. So with these being like bee monogram, it's pretty interesting, pretty unique. It's pretty cool. They're also green and yellow, so they have some nice colors to them. But with Stubbs and Wooten, you can sell some of them for quite high, because they are really expensive, brand new. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're around 500 or so brand new, so they're pretty expensive shoes. They're handmade in Spain. I think I'm going to shoot for about $150 on this pair. I think if they were in a little bit better condition, I'd probably shoot for maybe a tad more. I do see a bit of fabric pulling, but we will use a lighter to kind of clean that up a bit. So you just kind of like hover the lighter over the fabric. You don't like really want to put it right on it because you could risk burning it. That, and also there is a bit of heel wear, but it's not too bad. I think $150, I'm okay with that. So with that being said, guys, after fees and shipping, we should stand a profit about $70 on this pair of women's Stubbs and Wooten loafers. Okay, so what we have here is a pair of men's Meslin Platinum slip-on loafers. Now these are full genuine crocodile, as indicated by the plate here. But a lot of the times the plates fall off, but you can see where it had like the plate nailed in to the sole. These are a very large size. They are size 15. They of course have a really nice brown. They're like a light brown. We sell this colorway of men's dress shoes very well. And it seems like the uppers are in excellent condition. I'm not really seeing anything as far as any kind of problems with the skin. They're in extremely good condition. Very satisfied with the condition of these shoes. We are pretty picky with listing our shoes as far as judging the condition, and to me, this pair is easily in overall excellent condition. The footbed is extremely clean. The skin is in extremely good condition. It's nice and shiny. We will go ahead and condition it to kind of just... It's something you should do with exotic skin shoes. Alright, so we gave $80.24 for this pair of men's Meslin Platinum Full Crocodile loafers. That's a really good deal. I think I'm going to put $200 on this pair, considering they're in such exquisite condition. I may try to get a little bit more, but I would be definitely okay with $200 for this pair. So after fees and shipping, we should stand a profit about $90 on this pair. Before I let you guys go, I want to go over a quick overview of all of the pairs that were featured in this video. So, the total estimated revenue is $1,930, and the total item cost is $512.43. The total estimated profit is $1,142.27. And now breaking that down as an average per pair, they will sell for $275.71. The average item cost is $73.20. And the average profit per pair is $163.18. That's incredibly high. Of course, there is a strong anomaly in this list, that being the Gucci Full Crocodile Horsebit loafers. That is absolutely not something you find every day. I think that probably is the best online arbitrage acquisition we've ever had, and we've been doing OA for over 5 years, I think, at this point now. Totally incredible numbers. I actually want to take that pair out to kind of look at the numbers with it being such a big anomaly. So when we take it out, the numbers are pretty much indicative of what we always find with online arbitrage. We typically sell the pairs for $140 to $160 each. Our item cost is normally $50 to $60, and our profit is normally $60 to $80. So yeah, taking out those men's Gucci Horsebit Crocodile loafers, the numbers are pretty much across the line what we always see with online arbitrage. Yeah, some incredible ones. And like the new Prada women's sandals, that was also another incredible find, with us profiting nearly $200 once they sell. So guys, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, please consider subscribing. It would be very much appreciated. I think it's going to pretty much wrap up this video, and I will see you guys next time.